as of next week, we're actually going to be starting taking you through our audit and strategy building process, and then doing things like on-page SEO. Hello, Caroline. And we're going to have a lot of fun. So there's a lot of information today. There's a lot of extra tools and things to use. So just know that, I think the most important stuff is to get the Chrome extension, the legacy tag assistant. So I'm going to put some links in the chat, and we use Chrome. So if you don't use Chrome, I think this works with Firefox. I was going to say Foxfire, but so there's the first one. This one, I'm going to take you through a slide deck. We're going to learn some stuff, and then we're actually going to go play. I have two beautiful templated spreadsheets for you. One to do a Google Business Profile audit with your competitors, and the other one is a regular audit. Do I use it all the time? No, but does it give you the skill set to really dig into what you're looking at and to do comparisons? If SEO, you're gonna know when somebody's doing SEO. So that's the best part, one of the best parts. So and we're at 5 after. It's time. Okay, now I am forcibly muting you all, and okay, no, Phelan's forcibly muting everybody but me. Can you do that, Phelan?
I don't know. Everyone is muted.
So wait till the end, write down your questions, and the reason is it's easier to chop up the video and then you'll get the video faster. And yeah, let's take it away. Okay, so there's the first tool. I'm also going to give you a second tool to use that we're going to look at today. So this is like a tools class. Okay, so those are two extensions you're going to want. One is going to be something you use while you're analyzing a website. When you have a new business meeting with a client, this is something you're going to use. The first tool, the tag assistant. So, but without further ado, that's what the Mongols, I know, funny name, great tool. All right. I turned my light off, so I don't know why I'm like jet white. Oh, look at the giveaways. Let me you guys can open these up while we're doing this. Oh yeah, and there is homework. That's my just kidding slide. No homework, just kidding. Don't worry, the homework's fun. So let's see if these copy. Chat. Okay, so these, and we'll go, okay, I can give you the text words, but hold on. Let me just give you the URLs. I can't remove the reclaim host thing. Oh, yes, I can. Okay, so the competitor audit is, and there's of course some tools at the back if you want to play around and get used to things and check stuff out. This is what it'll look like when you open it, right? This is the competitor audit, I believe, and let's just get this. So this is the Google Business Profile, still called Google My Business there, but, and just, there's one. And so when you open this, when you click on these, it'll make you make a copy. And this is the competitor research audit or template.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any way that we could get these in Excel sheets? Because I tried to copy and paste into an Excel sheet just because my GMB is overloaded with a billion things.
Yeah.
So is it possible to get these docs on a separate Excel sheet?
Yeah, we can make that happen. Phelan, can you take a note of that?
Yes.
You're like, yeah.
And if it's not too much of a pain, it would be for everything that you're giving us. Because I tried to copy and paste them and they just, I know when you've got like little attributes, like the little click things and the drop downs, they don't copy paste over. So I don't know if that's like a lot to ask. If I have to do it, I'll just type it in manually, because I was just trying to get them, because I don't like using docs for these types
Pip,
of
you're
things.
muted.
Yes, we can make that happen.
Yeah, I'll have some. There's a way to do it. I'm just double checking right now on
Okay.
how to do this the easy way. It's probably going to be an import of a CSV,
Okay.
which is just like the raw code rather than a spreadsheet itself. Yeah, just let me double check how to do that.
I'm in no rush for it. I'm just asking because I was trying to do it the other day and I was
Yeah, we'll
cursing
make
out.
that happen. We can make that happen. I understand. Some people, I was hoping that nobody used Excel, but I know people use
My life is Excel.
Is it?
My life is Excel, unfortunately.
Right. That's
So
fair.
you can see I put it in the chat. There's a way to do it. It's a feature inside of Google Sheets that you can export Microsoft as an Excel.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
And we'll get that done. We'll get that on all the courses anyway because so inside Kajabi, all the giveaways are in each class. But let's take it away. So those are just 2 giveaways to utilize, and you'll probably be looking at those at the end of the class. So slideshow. Okay. As per usual, we're going to start with a quote. I have 2 because I got overexcited. So success leaves clues, and if you sow the same seeds, you'll reap the same rewards. So if you do things better, then you'll win, right? And knowing your enemy and yourself, and your victory will never be in danger. Because in order to do well with SEO, competitor research is really important. So there are a couple things to note that we need to remember, that the algorithms are not public, right? They tell us some things that are happening. They do not give us the nuts and bolts of each algorithm. So there are many algorithms running at the same time. For instance, Penguin, which gets rid of spam, is run at the same time as like Mum or Bert. And remember, Mum is an AI algorithm. That's one of the latest ones that's giving the ability to look at, video, images, and text in many languages at the same time. Okay, and then there's more than 200 ranking factors. So there is a Google document that Google's website raters go through. And so we have access to that document. It's long, and that's where the term YMYL came out of, Your Money, Your Life. That was an algorithm update that affected all the sites that basically preyed on people and was like anything related to your money or your life. So things like supplements were affected, and like Dr. Oz. And it's hard to study all the factors with competitor research. There's many ways to do competitor research. So eventually you're going to develop your own strategy over time. When I do keyword research, I'll take my keyword and go into the search engine results pages and definitely check it there, among some other places. But so the strategy is, they do it, we're going to do it better. We're going to find our competition, we're going to see what they're doing, and we're going to do it better. So today we're going to go over what is competitive analysis, why spy on your competition, how to do competitor research. You're going to learn some new terms, like we're going to dive into black hat, white hat, and gray hat SEO. We're going to talk about reverse engineering things, and we're going to talk about what metrics we should be looking at. We're also going to use amazing tools, and one of the best parts of being an SEO is the really cool tools. And we're free first kind of gang, so everything we use is free. We do pay for different softwares additionally, but we mostly use the free ones. Okay, so what is competitive analysis? Dun, dun, dun. Search speak. First, we got to get into search speak. Organic traffic. You're going to see in your reports things like referral traffic and Facebook and LinkedIn and Google. And what you're looking for with organic is something that doesn't say referral. It's traffic coming specifically from search engines. And then Web 2.0, This was a strategy that's been used in the last couple of years where you write content on other sites like Reddit or Quora, and those are web 2.0. Oh, hold on, back. So that's a strategy. Some people will write on those sites and direct them to their own website, and that's a strategy that some people use. They're known as participatory. Never mind. Okay, dev tools. We're going to be using dev tools today, specifically the inspect element, which is super fun. I know dev tools sounds overwhelming. It's a right click and then an inspect element. And we're going to do that so we can start looking at kind of code, but we're not going to get overwhelmed by it because it's not a big deal and we don't need to know everything in there. We're just learning. So if I do have a recommendation though, if you get an opportunity to take a free HTML class, that would be really beneficial. Just it'll really help you understand what's going on, how to make a new paragraph with code or a line break, things like that. We're also going to be getting into some extensions, and I already told you to get the Google Tag Assistant. If you're doing social media things, the Facebook Pixel Helper will help you see if the tracking's set up. So one of the first things we do when we meet a new person is we use the Tag Assistant to check out their stuff, what tools they have set up on their website, because that shows us where they are in their process. So Chrome extensions, what are they? They're small programs, software programs that enable you to tailor your web experience. You can have ad blockers. When you see mine, I use a lot of different ones. You can have ones that read your text. You want to be careful because you just want to read what you're signing up for, and if they don't work, get rid of them. Don't just leave them sitting on your browser, because if you have a lot, they will slow things down, as I've been told many times. Okay, now let's get into what is competitive analysis, right? When you have a business, they tell you when you're writing a business proposal for a business, you do a SWOT analysis, which is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, right? So that's what you're doing with your SEO analysis. We're specifically focusing on the strengths and the weaknesses, right? Because all websites have them, all businesses have them. We can't be everywhere all the time, all at once, doing all the great things unless we have bottomless pockets. So there are many strategies, as I said, to do competitive research. We're, of course, focused on the marketing strategy, but you can look at pricing, you can look at distribution. There's many different ways to do competitive analysis. For instance, if you see your competitor doing newspaper ads, what are they doing? Are they on the back page of the newspaper? What? And you can figure out what they're doing, which can tell you how much they're spending. Now, types of competitors, because there's a lot. What we're looking for is direct and primary. So they sell a similar product, they sell to a similar audience, like Nike and Adidas, or I don't know, Baskin Robbins and Haagen-Dazs, sort of things, right? Yeah. Not that those people have similar audiences necessarily, but then you have indirect competitors. So there are different versions of what your business does. For instance, if I'm a car mechanic, they might be a engine recreator. Yes, I know that's a very novice way to say it, but indirect or secondary competitors are competitors that are in your bubble, but they offer slightly different things, higher or lower end. Victoria's Secret and Walmart was my example here. And then you have tertiary competitors, which market to the same audience, but you don't sell the same products. So we mostly do search. We are not really competitive with social media, right? Not necessarily. So they're potential partners. If I'm a massage school, maybe a great massage oil company. If if we don't make our own, would be a tertiary competitor. So why we want to know these things is because we are going to focus on our primary competitors because they're our most important, right? And there are different things we can measure are website features, search tools, products, images, design, layout, of course. Design and layout seems to change over time as we as consumers want different things or get used to how things show up online. Customer experience elements like checkout, workflows, customer support, speed, on-page SEO is huge, the copywriting tactics, and the meta description. After doing the on-page SEO class, you should be able to identify in the meta descriptions companies that are doing SEO on the search engine results pages or companies you think are doing SEO. So content marketing is a big part of our competitor analysis, right? Now, why do we spy on our competition? Because they might be doing things really well and we can be like, oh, maybe we should do that, or that's cool, or that looks great, or wow, I feel like this could be working. In things like SEMrush, which is a tool that you can use. It's a paid tool. It's rather expensive, but you can see the ads, the Google ads that people have done over time to see the changes. So we're trying to find areas of opportunity. We're trying to reverse engineer what somebody else is doing to plan for our own success. And we want to emulate success because we know it works. So that's why as SEOs, we pay attention to the big players that are teaching because they gather data. We want to see who is showing up for the keywords that we want to show up for. The importance of analyzing and monitoring is that whoever is showing up highest in the search engine results pages seems to be doing the right things. It's a great way to understand somebody's online strategy, and it's a great way to figure out what you need to know to beat them. And there's some really simple ways to look at, hey, how many times is a keyword on a page? So if they have 14 certain keywords on a page, maybe I need 15, right? Ranking is all about understanding your competitors, doing it, making yours better, and knowing where you can win, which we know from our keyword research and picking keywords that are low competition and have a high search volume that are long tail. So the importance of competitor research, there's only one thing I wanted you to pay attention to, which is don't go into SEO blindly. A lot of companies will sell SEO and not SEO, I believe, should be a custom experience per different business because different businesses are going to go through different things, and you're going to see that in our audits next. Okay, the goal, find the gaps, find the opportunities, and understand what your competitors are doing. And we can do a search for somebody's competitors after this slide deck and go look at their stuff, which will be really fun. So this is the important stuff. How do we do competitor research? Okay, tools we use. Step one was back here. Hold on. Oh, step one has left the building. No. Okay, that should maybe say step one. So what we're going to do is we're going to check our competitors first. That's going to really bug me, just so you all know. I will have to find out. I was typing away in here. Okay, so these are some of the tools we use. The Tag Assistant Legacy, you have that. We're going to use the Command or Control F function to find keywords on a page. We're going to use Dev Tools. We're going to right click and then find Inspect. I just gave you the Mongoose Chrome extension, which will tell us some on-page stuff. And then we have Ahrefs, which is our free backlink checker. So you want to check backlinks are still important in SEO. So we want to check what our competitors are doing. We want to check our own backlinks too, like who is linking to us. So what we're doing, we're studying our competitors, we're reverse engineering, and we're staying up to date, and we're going to realize that every search is different. And every keyword is going to have its own road to success. And that's really important to know. So check this out. We can do all of this. This is just an overview of what you can check. You'll see things like Alexa rank in the bottom. That's used less now, but you can check out that website. But we want to identify our competition first, and then we want to look at what they're doing, and we want to, check out and analyze their site, see what they're doing from their meta descriptions and their headers and their content, see their internal linking. Do they have image tags? How is their site structure? What's their code? We're not going to do all of these things because, as I said, you're going to pick your own way of measuring your competitors and what they're doing. So the first thing is to find your competitors and then pull some stats. See what we can do better, steal keyword ideas and strategies. I love looking at other people's websites and being like, oh, I should use that. I have a list of websites I really like, and just not the whole website, but like elements. We're looking for who's in first place with our research because that's who we want to see. So first thing we do, find our competitors. Second thing we do is check our digital assets. In the giveaway that I gave you for your competitor stuff, you can actually put all this information in there. You're going to look at the keywords on the page. You're mainly going to be looking at people's .coms, right? Just the /, not the additional pages, although it depends on what comes up in the search engine results pages. You're also going to review their on-page SEO using the Chrome extensions and the dev tools, and we're also going to review the backlinks, right? Which free backlink checker is cool. You can pull additional stats if you're paying from Ahrefs or SEMrush. There's so many tools, and you can end up spending a lot of money. So free first, right? Because you don't want to break the bank. So what are we going to do? We're going to find our 3 to 10 top competitors. The first thing we do, and we usually should do it in an intake call, is find out who our clients think their competitors are. That's who we want to talk to first. So we want to grab that information, and then we want to check the search engine results pages, the SERPs, for the keyword. So we run a query. We can do it on just Google or Bing or other if we want. I mainly just use Google, but some people go further and use Bing and things like that. And we're looking for who's ranking in 1, 2, or 3 spots, and we're looking at what's showing up on the page, right? So comparing will help us figure out where we can improve. So every keyword has its own different set of competitors, super important to know. And running a check on the search engines, who's ranking, are they real competitors? We want to create a baseline, and we want to visit their site as a user and as an SEO user, right? So the SERPs, search engine results pages, I love them. They're the basis of everything, right? We want to know things like, are images showing up? Is Google ranking images or videos in the search engine results pages? Are there ads? Is it local SEO in the map section there, right? What's the intent of the page? We'll see really interesting intent when we look at shopping sites and how they're using their category pages. And because they're using their category pages for words like best chair. And if they give a comparison of all the best chairs, they're more likely to get sales and rank in the top of the search engine results pages. So we definitely want to think about search intent, and we remember there's informational, navigational, and transactional. Those are the main types of intent we're looking at, right? And by looking at the search engine results pages, they'll tell us a lot about what other people are doing. So we want to check organic traffic if we can. We're going to try to check the keywords targeting, the number of backlinks, and the web pages on a site. Now we're going to talk about search operators in a little bit. There's lots of them. They're fun. And if at the first class we went through, I shared that free how to search on Google class. I'll reshare it today in Kajabi, but that's a really great class to help you get used to those search operators, which we're going to get into. So keywords, who ranks the highest? What should we consider? We want to consider volume. We want to consider competitiveness for each keyword, and we want to consider, are they using location targeting for their keywords? And then content is huge, right? So keywords, content. How often is the keyword mentioned? We're going to do that by using the dev tools, or that we're going to use for titles and headings. We're going to use Mongols, which is super fun. And then we're going to do some on-page analysis, right? These are things that matter, like their queries. How many keywords, also queries, are on the site? How are they doing things? Is it long form content? It'll tell us what we need to do to rank. So our on-page analysis is we're going to review the on-page components, look for opportunities and weaknesses, and use all those different tools. Things, you know these things. These are the things that are important to SEO, right? Keywords on the page, title, of course I spelled it tile. I'm glad Google spell checked that for me. Meta descriptions, headings, links. How attractive is the page? Do they have multimedia, images, video, lists, things like that, right? So we need to analyze the content. We know short sentences work best. We know headings break up content because people skim. We know great content is what matters. So all these things we want to look at when we're looking at competition, because if they're beating us, well, where can we improve and where do we want to focus first? So we know that titles are super important, especially our H1. We know that if we use SEO best practices, the keyword's always going to be in the front of the title and in the front of the meta. And that's how we can tell other people are doing SEO. Once you see it, you'll always see it. Meta description is super important. And we can see these in different ways using Chrome extensions or the dev tools. You can also find out, are they using WordPress or Squarespace or Shopify? We can find out a lot of information using the dev tools, which is pretty fun. We want to make sure our competitors' keyword stuffing. Remember, keyword stuffing is maybe having your keyword in there too many times. Do I need Vancouver 3 times in my meta descriptions? And is the meta descriptions, are they compelling? Do they want to make you click? We were looking, I think Rena and I were looking at a meta description yesterday in the Q&A, and I think it was HubSpot, and they had like their regular meta description, then they had in brackets free. You're like, what's free? I want it. So you definitely want to click. So you downloaded the Chrome extension, right? Mongols is going to tell you a lot about the on-page stuff that's going on. And then the command F will help us find the titles and meta descriptions if we want. Also, Screaming Frog will do this for you. You could run Screaming Frog audit for your own site or for your competitors. And that's really helpful. And that's one of the things we'll probably be doing in the audit to see, because in the audits that we do a competitor analysis too, to tell our clients where they're doing better than their competitors and where they can improve. And so with headings, we know H1, H2, H3 are the ones you're going to use. H4 maybe use not on the regular, and H5 and 6 are used for very technical content. There's no point to use them. I know a lot of us have used headings because they size things differently, but we don't want H2s above the H1s. And when we're reviewing our competitors, we'll probably see their keywords in their headings. That's an indication. So we're going to review each of these. We're going to look at landing pages. There's a lot of companies that use headings poorly, which is to our advantage. Google has come out and said that it's okay to use 2 H1 tags on a page. But if we really think about that, we definitely want to make it so the page has a focus. How it has a real focus and how it tells the search engines what's going on is through that main H1 tag or title tag, right? Now, you don't have to listen to me. I don't believe John Mueller. He is the guy that is the spokesperson for Google, or one of them. And so I don't always believe everything he says. That's just me. So then links. You remember links. We have backlinks, which are links from other sites that come to our site. We want to see other or competitions backlinks. As a company that does websites for people sometimes, we will have a link on the bottom of the site to our website. So that actually helps us as an SEO company or a marketing company when we build sites to make sure they link back to us. I know a lot of marketers who are like, well, if they change the site, I don't want them to link back to me. I don't know. I'd say get over that if you want to rank. Okay. Okay. So with links, we're trying to get incoming links. How do we do that? Some SEOs will do a lot of outreach. We believe that writing really great content will bring people to the site. Black hat SEO. So I didn't know where to put this information, but it's really important that we really touch on this. Black hat SEO is bad. It's cheating and gaming the system. There is a black hat well-known SEO guy called Chase Rayner. We do look at his stuff and what he's doing to tell us what not to do. He's actually closed down the Google business profile and people getting new accounts because he had a system. But black hat SEO is techniques that aren't allowed by Google's or other search engines. They're used to boost rankings, so they ignore search intent. There are things like link farms, right? They go against the guidelines. So they can include things like hidden text. I'm sure you've seen it. If you go to a website and they have white space and there's actually white text on it, that's bad. Misleading or representing words, cloaking pages, so hiding pages, hiding words, deceptive redirects, and doorway pages. Deceptive redirects are really interesting because in Google Business Profile, you can put links going other places, but I think that the post will get denied more often than not. So we talked about doorway pages last week. They're pages that aren't necessary to try to rank for different locations, right? Or they're unnecessary pages, and there's probably 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 on a website that all look identical but are just targeting different keywords. White hat SEO. This is what we practice. It's the opposite. Okay, we practice white and gray, if I'm really honest. White hat is you play by all the rules, you don't do anything wrong, you maintain the integrity of the website. Now, why do you practice white hat SEO? Because if you can rank a business in the top 3 spots and you're doing all the good practices, then when there's an algorithm update, you will not lose all your ranking, because there will be a time where Google sorts it out, and Google's job is to get us the best results and not have us get spammed. It's amazing what we don't see out there that's happening. So we want to stay within Google's guidelines and their terms of service. They give us a lot of guidelines and tools that if we follow, we do well. You've often heard content is king. Really good content is, I don't know, the future. Not king or queen, it's the future. White hat SEO is about speeding up the site, making it mobile friendly, following the guidelines of the things that are changing, easy navigation. When we talk about navigation, we'll put something called Clarity, which is free from Microsoft. Clarity on a site to see what's happening. It records a person's mouse. So we want to see if there's issues there. So there's a lot of free tools we can use. So gray hat, it's riskier, but okay. So gray hat, an example of gray hat is, you've seen it on your Google business profile. You have your business name, and then they've either put their keyword in there or put their location in their name. You're not supposed to do that. You're not allowed. Will it result in a ban? No. So black hat, you can get blacklisted. And if your site no longer shows up on Google, you might not have a business. So the big difference is that white hat is really good, black hat is bad, gray hat is like kind of messing with the system a smidge. We recommend to our clients, we can never force them to do things. We tell them the best practices. And if they choose not to do those, when it comes to like their Google business profile name and things like that, we let them make the final choice. It is their business. We just tell them the rules. You can lose a lot of traffic by doing black hats. and even some nefarious gray hat stuff. But so the idea is just do white hat. They don't cause issues. So what we use to spot, now we've already gone over some of this, but there's some extra ones that you're going to hear about and you're going to end up knowing about. And some SEOs will do their keyword research based on things like search difficulty, right? Neil Patel's metric. Neil Patel is a big SEO dude. He's done really well. Same as Brian Dean, who is Backlinko. He just got bought by SEMrush. Neil Patel just bought People Also Ask website, which is one of the ones we learned about in the search engine results classes. Yeah, it helps. So search difficulty score is a metric. The higher the difficulty, the higher it is to rank for that keyword. Then there's domain authority, and I think Ahrefs or SEMrush uses this. And it's a scale of 1 to 100, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Oh, it's by Moz. I know that SEMrush and Ahrefs have their own as well. So a good authority score is 40 to 50. I think on some, they change depending on where you're looking. So on one site I have 34 for my website, on another site I have 13. It can also depend on how old your website is. And so domain authority just means if you're doing your keyword research using domain authority, you're going to try to get keywords with high domain authority that you can actually in your niche, right? Longer tail stuff will work better. I do not use those metrics. They are not Google's metrics, so I find them maybe a little suspect. We focus mainly on Google's tools because they're more of a source of truth, and other SEOs do that. Search operators. These are gold. So once you learn some search operators, they will change the way you search for the rest of your life. There's some fun ones I'm going to touch on in here. And these are just ways you search on Google. So you could type in title, right? So literally when you go to Google and you're like, you want to find a keyword that's in the title. So you write in title, colon, and then whatever the keyword. So if you see the example about here, e.g. in title, local SEO. And so every site that has local SEO in the title will show up. And it helps you narrow your searches to see if I'm doing keyword research for the term local SEO, maybe I just want to see the companies that have it in, like what shows up, what are people trying to rank for? Are they blog posts? Are they pages? And then site. So I've been having some trouble with this one lately, but when you do a site search, you'll get all the results from a site. So you can actually see how many pages a domain will have. So there's no space, but you do site and then the website. And that should bring up all the pages so you can see how many pages Google's indexing. And we're going to try these things right after this beautiful slide deck. So then you can add site operators together. So you can do keywords and site, right? So if you look at this example here, e.g. SEO, and then site, see more digital media, should bring up everything I have on SEO, right? So it'd be sitedomain.com, put the keyword in, and then do the sitedomain.com. So you can find the pages indexed. It is really fun. File type is my favorite. If you want to take a deeper look, for an example, I follow Amy Porterfield, or I used to. She gives away a lot of giveaways. If I went to Amy Porterfield's site and I did site, Amy Porterfield, and then I did file type PDF, I'd get all her PDFs that are on her website, and I'd be able to look through those. So I use this tool to grow my business. What are other people offering? Is there a service page with prices I can find, or a proposal, or anything like that? So you take your competitors and you look. Sometimes you don't find anything, but sometimes you do. And then in URL. So we're looking for keywords within our URL. So you type in URL : and you get your keyword, and you'll find all the sites using that URL. Now we know that if the keyword is in the URL, they're probably trying to rank for that keyword, right? Okay, so then we're going to look at a little bit of code using the dev tools. This is the first way I learned to look up people's stuff. We're going to see the innards of the site's code. We can see images, fonts, formats, JavaScript code, all the stuff you don't want to see, but we can do Command F and we can find the meta and the title and is it WordPress? And my headphones just turned off for no reason. So we're going to look at it. It's the inspect element, and I'll show you how to do that. And these things are quite fun. Then you use Control or Command F. We can look for the word WordPress or meta or title, and it's an easy way to get a like really good snapshot if you're not using like Mongoose or something like that. If you're doing YouTube stuff, you should probably have TubeBuddy, and SEO Quake is a free plugin that gives you free metrics. We don't use it much anymore, but I wanted to mention it. Other extensions, it's the Mongoose. That's the best one, right? There's so many to play with and play around with. We just, as last week, we talked about how we got Google Business Profile, Google My Business Everywhere, and that's our newest tool that we love. So some sites to know, and these are good. So Uber suggests, we talked about Neil Patel. It's okay. We sometimes use it. BuzzSumo will help you see social, like what social stuff is ranking. Google Alerts, we talked about that in our first class. We can set up Google Alerts for competitors. You can type in who is into Google and you can find out a lot of information. As an agency, we have worked with businesses who don't own their domains, and we have to go and find who owns the domain. Where do we find it? What's going on? And who is a great way to look up where we can find that information. And then the Wayback Machine. Now, the Wayback Machine is great. If your site goes down, you lose all your content, you can probably go in there and find an old version of your site. You can see other people's sites over time and how they've changed, which is quite interesting. So these are tools that we can look at and they're always fun. They're going to be in your spreadsheet in the tools section. So BuzzSumo, just to dig a little deeper, there's a freemium model. As I said, we're always doing the free first. So I'll check it out, use it sparingly because if you don't want to pay for it. So it'll just help you do some research and monitoring about what content's really being shared on social media channels. Shows you the influence, and it can give you content ideas, uncover platform insights, and identify influencers. Uber suggests this is a keyword finding tool. It's okay. It gives you volume and competition, which is the only reason I'm really interested in it. It will probably become more important over time. Neil Patel is not going anywhere, and he does have some good insights. And then Google Alerts, which I'm a huge fan of. If you haven't set one up, all you do, remember, is you go over to Google and type in Google Alerts, and you'll get this URL that comes up. And then just create alert for your name, your business name, your competitor's name, and we can play around with that again too if you'd like. And then who is? This is the domain, like who's registered to. Phelan knows more kind of about this. He's had to dig into this more because you will come across people that don't have access to their domain, don't own their domain. There's lots of different things that are going to come up. And so these tools in your toolbox are a huge help. Of course, we're always here to help you no matter what. So if you run into some serious problems with figuring out domain stuff, reach out to us because Phelan, as I volunteer him, will help. The Wayback Time Machine is honestly super great. It's a nonprofit organization in San Francisco. It's been going on for years, and a major SEO guy just died recently, and he did a lot of patent research. And so they're actually going in and making sure that all his stuff is being archived so that we can visit it at any time. So that's pretty cool. And you just go to archive.org/web. But you can just type in Wayback Time Machine and go see. You can see, we can go look at what my first site looked like. Wasn't very good. Sitemaps. Okay, this one, you've done this. We've all submitted a sitemap. But what if you could go to Google and put in your competitor's sitemap? Wouldn't that be good? Then you can learn some stuff there. So that's a great way to go and see what's going on with them, because we can't really see their Search Console information. So we can at least see their sitemap information. And I just wanted to make a quick mention about domain and page. So the difference between a domain and a page. So we know a domain is our www or whatever. It's our URL, right? Our domain includes a number of different pages. It includes videos, tutorials, pictures. The actual pages when you go are under the domain, right? So you're always, the domain, the .com is always going to get most of the traffic for a site. So I just wanted to make that distinction. You'll get more used to that over time. Quick recap before we go have some fun. Okay, we did what is a competitive analysis and why do we do it? We talked about how we reverse engineer. We talked about what metrics we should be tracking. And we talked about our spying tools. Your giveaways are here. They will be in Kajabi. Your homework, just to have fun, is to play with the template and make it your own. Remember, templates are adjustable to your business and how you want to run things. I'm going to get you to get the legacy Chrome extension, and I want you to look at one of your competitors' digital assets. So as I say that, we're going to go do that. The lab. Oh, hi. Okay. So the Chrome extension you're looking to get right now is this one. You can all take yourselves off mute and we're just going to go play around. So I'm going to get one of you to give me your a competitor name. Who's first?
Cucumber marketing. I did pause. I just want everyone to know.
Okay, cucumber marketing. Here they are. Okay, so as you can see, I remember I'm a bad speller. Okay, so we have cucumber marketing, right? Oh, looks like they have something. Oh, did you see that?
HubSpot.
That was HubSpot. So the little result. Okay, so if you have the Chrome extension, the Google Legacy, you're going to open it up. Now, sometimes you'll have to, you can hit record and turn it on, and then I refresh my page. I will if I have ad blockers like this one. I will pause this. Let's just do always. And then maybe I'll refresh it again because I'm a little neurotic. And then I get, look, okay, see? Okay, so now we're going to click on this. This is our legacy system. So why do I use this? So when I go to a website, say I have a meeting, a new meeting, I'm gonna definitely go to the person's website first, and I'm gonna look at these tools. So what is this telling me? I have Google Analytics and I have Tag Manager. So I'm not doing it. I don't have any tags set up for retargeting or Google Ads. I don't have Google Analytics 4, and now Google Analytics 4 can be set up through here, right, Phelan? Is that correct? It will still have a Google Analytics 4 tag.
The way you'll see it is that it'll also say Google Analytics, but the difference is underneath, instead of UA, it'll say G : and then, right, or G hyphen.
So what does this tell me? This tells me that they don't have Google Analytics 4. So they know something about what they're doing because they have Tag Manager, but they don't have Google Analytics 4, which makes me a little nervous as a marketing company. So
also, that's the 5th property in there. So under their account, you notice that the number says 5, and that means that there's 5 properties in their Google Analytics at bare minimum, which is a little bit worrying.
Remember, so when you set up a Google Analytics account, you can have an account and then properties under it as different businesses. And we want everybody to have their own Google Analytics account. So we don't, like when we see this with, who do we know, Phelan, that's got this? What was that garage door company's name?
Oh, Tedford Doors?
Yes, these guys. if you look at this site, right, they have Google Analytics, they have Tag Manager, they have the global site tag. But if you look at, they have universal, they're number 26. So that tells me that they're a property under somebody else's, because why would this one website, one business have a 26? There's 26 other businesses attached to this. So that's what the tag, and that's setting just regular setup. Who do we have here? Michelle, will you give me one of your competitors' names?
Sure, BCMT.
Okay, that's it, BCMT.
That's it. Yeah.
Right here.
Sorry, V with a Victor.
Okay. VCMT. Okay. Okay. Let's go here. So let's just do a little synopsis on these guys. Okay. So we got bang. Let's go. Okay. So they have Google Analytics. They got the number 1. That's good. They don't seem to have a tag manager. What does that tell me? Or Google Analytics 4? That tells me that they're not current, because this means they're like super old. So that's great. They have tag manager. They probably don't have any of their event tracking set up. I mean, they could, but it would just be in Universal. So these people are going to have to upgrade what they're doing, because Universal Analytics will become no longer useful in about a year's time. So let's look at some other things. Now I have, remember, the Mongols, looks like a little egg. Click on that. And then it's going to prepare. And
One thing just before you get to the Mongols, one other thing that you'll notice is that in the tag assistant, that the color of the tag is also super important. So green means it's working. Whereas if we went back to not Tedford, but the one before, yeah, these guys, I believe it was, yeah, it's yellow, which means that it's not properly implemented. So it's saying that it's being tracked twice. So this, again, red flag, you definitely want to catch that. That means that they're not tracking things correctly. If you have 2 tags, it will fire twice and will just screw up the analytics.
And the way you'll see that is by using the tag assistant, or when you go into Google Analytics, their bounce rate will be like super low. And that bounce rate will tell you if it's 10 or something. That's when we know there's a problem. So this is a huge problem, because they're double tracking. So and that's dirty data is what that means. So literally, if we worked with this company, we would tell them, you can't really take anything you've done in the past as evidence of what you should be doing in the future, because your data is dirty. So there's that. So let's do Mongols with this one. So click on this, and there's so many tools. You can see all my little Chrome extensions I have. I love them. And we can see, okay, so their domain authority is locked, right? You can't see lots of things, but if you go over to on-page SEO, you can see, oh, what's their meta tag for this? And this is it. So offer full approach time massage training. Nobody's doing their SEO from what I'm seeing, because I'm assuming they want to rank for massage training or massage therapy. Yeah. And it's massage training programs is there. And if we look at, that's your description. Where's the headings? Okay, so H1, so it'll tell us everything. H2, H3. Oh, they're using up to H6. Okay. So it's not that great. On page SEO, what's going on? It'll show you keywords 1, 2, or 3. Is this great? Okay. So let's do this. Say they want to rank for massage therapy, or we want to see how many times they mention massage therapy on their page. So I literally go to their page, and I'm going to do, on my computer's Command F. If you're using a PC, I think it's Control F. So I look, massage therapy, it's mentioned twice on this page. That's it. And it'll tell you the places. Now, if we go to, I believe this is it. Oh, no, did I just go to the wrong place? How did I do that? Here we go. Let's go here. Now, let's go Command F. And they have massage therapy mentioned 11 times on their homepage. and we can see like all the places it's mentioned. So if I was this school,
there's one thing to bear in mind with that page is that one of those was a iframe of a YouTube video. So
yeah,
just
and
watch
this,
out for that, because
right? So
yeah,
because
those will actually load. The iframe won't be read by the Google bot.
so Phelan's talking about this, right? So this
Yeah.
word doesn't really count because this is
Okay.
in an iframe. So this is good, right? This brings up keyword density. How many times should, so we know that this is a short tail keyword, right? We know it's going to have lots of search volume. We know that, is it our best target? We know that it's not in the URL though, but this, is this the homepage? No. But it was, wait.
It is the landing page for the New Westminster campus.
Okay. This is it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's interesting. So you're trying to rank this page for massage therapy? Okay. So the URL, you're going to need to change that so it has the word massage therapy. Even if it's New West, right? Massage therapy in there would be helpful. But you have it 11 times on a page, so that's super helpful. So if I was working with this company, I would say, hey, your competition's got, they're mentioning the keyword 11 times. And then I would also go through like Mongols or some other tool. Like I have this SEO tool. I like this one too. And this, it depends how you want to look at things, right? This will tell you the headings, which is a little cleaner for me. And it should tell you the summary, what's going on. And so these are tools just to play with. Now, the other way, and I got to share my full screen for this. So let me just stop sharing and share again. I have a lot of things open, so don't judge me. No judgments.
I will.
I know you will. Okay. So with this, say I'm on here and I want to see the meta description and the title, and I want to see if they're on WordPress. So I right click and then I go down to inspect the last menu item on the little pop-up menu that opens. And so all this stuff comes up and it's so overwhelming, right? You're like, oh God, I don't want to pay any attention to this. But don't worry, you can click around and do things if you want. And it's a good way to learn. But all you're going to do is do Command F, and then it opens this little find box. Here, let me just make it bigger. Ooh, that made it smaller. So it opens this little find box. And then if I want to find their meta, so I type in meta and I am looking for meta description. Oh, there it is. And wait, go back. Will it let me go back? Where's it? So meta keyword content, meta description. Okay, let me just open this up a little more. Okay, so meta description. Why isn't it showing me the, I made it. Bloody hell. I can't make it small. Ah, there we go. We offer, so it says, there you go. That's their thing. So we know they're not doing SEO. Why? Their keyword isn't in the front. And if we look at, let's say we want to find, are they on WordPress? We would type in WordPress, maybe just properly. Okay, so they're using WordPress, right? So you can find out a lot of information in this. We can do their title. So if you don't want to use a tool, and so it looks, this looks like they could be doing SEO because they're using the pipes. Maybe they just think they're cool, but they put their business name at the front and they put Career College Vancouver. So they've put a geo-targeted keyword there. And what else have they done? And then Massage Therapy College at the end. So they don't know what's going on, because if this is their keyword, that should be at the front. Nobody cares that nobody's going to understand, let alone care, that they're using an acronym. I don't know how many of us have read an acronym where somebody, I'm like, what is that for? Right. So no acronyms. People don't know. People don't know that this is your school. They could think this is a type of therapy. Oh yeah.
On this, on the description, let's just say for e-commerce, if you sell multiple products, like you said, you want to put the products in the beginning. So if you put, let's just say for like my brand, I do faux fur vests and jackets, and then I have blazers. So I would literally want to list out all of those words, like faux fur vest, comma, jacket, comma, blazers for women. And that would be enough that all those keywords would suffice. If somebody typed in faux fur women or faux fur jacket for women, it would bring up all those keywords.
Here's the thing. So you listed about 5 keywords there, right? So faux fur. So it depends on the page. So each page is going to rank for a keyword, right? Your home page, maybe faux fur for women.
I'm talking about
the home page.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you do is you do some keyword research. You try to find something that isn't that competitive. First, okay, tell me one of your competitors.
I actually don't have any competitors for the faux fur. Not a lot of people have a highly niche.
I like faux fur. I know it's not spelled like that, just so y'all know. But okay.
F-A-U-X.
I would, interesting. Faux fur jackets, faux fur. Yeah. Let's just do, so we know short tail, right? Yeah. So what's going on? You might not think you have competitors, but
it's more fabric stuff. You actually have to put faux fur like jacket. And then I have hundreds of competitors, but not a specific website. Everything is going to be ASOS or Shein, all of these really fast fashion, Amazon, Revolve.
Hard to beat. Yeah. So they're doing ads and they have shopping ads. So when we're doing like our keyword research or competitor research, not only do we ask our clients if they have competitors, but we also ask them like, what are your competitors? And then we'll do our own searches. So we see that you might want to try to show up in the organic shopping section right here. Yeah. And so you need to set up your Google Phelan?
Google Merchant Center account.
I already have that.
Awesome. And so that could help you show up in the organic section. Then we have ads, so we know it's a competitive word. Then we have images, so we're hoping you have lots of images on your site. Amazon, not going to beat them. So we know that, but Nordstrom, right? These are all huge brands. So you're going to have to faux fur pink. Let's do pink faux fur jacket for boys.
I don't do boys.
I know, but let's just pretend.
Yeah.
Okay, girls. For young people.
Young people.
Gender specific. Okay. Who are we competing at? Etsy. Great. I don't know if we Amazon.
On Etsy, so that's a good one.
So do you know what people search for? Pinterest. Walmart. Oh my goodness. AliExpress. You can't beat them. Postmark and then ads. So it's just huge brands.
Yeah, that's the problem, is that I don't have a specific website that I could say is a direct competitor that only sells faux fur, because like I really focus on outerwear. But everybody else is on, like you said, Revolve, Zara, all these massive companies, but they're more seasonal. They only bring them in once a year.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so outerwear.
That in and of itself, you already found a USP. Like a unique selling proposition is basically all year round.
Yeah.
That would be one thing to target. So in this situation, what you're looking at is you're going to have to find a different avenue to get people to find out about you. So like the Etsy would be one. Like we have someone who they sell cards on the platform, and what they do is that then they get an email from them, and then you can direct them to your own website. So you might need to find some other avenue to collect an email and then do email marketing for getting people back to the store.
Yeah, exactly. I have all my current sales from Etsy. And so that's what I do, is I compile all their emails into just a basic list. This Donna Salyers, she has put so much money in SEO.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Because I basically follow her, and she has way more capability than I do. She's been doing this for about 15 or so years, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so look at that trusted store. I don't even. What is that, Phelan? Ooh, that's good. I don't know what this is, but it's not working.
Oh, trusted stores. Okay, so that is when you set up your Google Merchant Center account. There's a weird tag that you can set up. It's hard to find inside of it, but what it does is that when someone finds you through the Google Merchant Center, like the shopping or shopping ads, then Google afterwards can prompt them to say, hey, would you like to leave a Google review for them? And it's a way to collect Google reviews for people who purchased.
So check this out. Okay, so here's the keyword women's faux fur.
Yeah.
And so let's just Command F, and gotta get rid of my little see how many times she mentions it. So you said she's doing SEO, but I'm seeing a lot of, maybe this isn't the keyword, right? But there, so
when I was doing a lot of my research on her, she had so many backlinks, like I'm talking in like the tens of thousands the last time I checked. So that's what made me assume she was doing lots of SEO. She had so many backlinks. She was on every bloody directory, every coupon page. Like it was crazy.
Okay, so let's just take her main URL, because that's gonna give us all the subs. So we go to Ahrefs free backlink checker. Now backlinks do help. I just put it in here. Check backlinks. I'm not a robot.
I believe they use SEMrush for this.
Okay. Because I think SEMrush. So we can see who's linking to them. So it looks like they have an image link. Is this Catherine's? Okay, so yeah, they have quite a few backlinks. This is a big deal. But then what are these sites, right? You might want to go to them.
Coupon sites, like American coupon sites. She's a US based product. So a lot of stuff is like these coupon pages. And she's also branched out into home. So she's doing things like carpets and pillows and those types of throws now as well.
Okay, interesting.
The other one I saw is that she did get a link from New York Post, which is that those are definitely the ones you want to get. I also saw a Bean Pod, which means she was on a podcast. So these are all
podcasts
other
are really good to get on to talk about this. So if you're going to market this business, you're going to have to look at some other creative ways, because there's so many huge players.
Yeah.
But
and
doing
maybe partnerships as well. That's another one that if you could pair with someone that would complement your brand, and then that's a way that you guys can both win.
C39. That's okay, right? Top anchors. So there's lots you can look at. Remember, the anchors are the anchor text. So these are the links, right? Top 5 pages.
Got it.
And then there's a couple other things to do when spotting.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like hijack the class.
Oh, no. Everybody, you did not hijack. We're all learning this, and it's super important, right? I think so. The sites I wanted to take you to quickly were
a lot of backlinks can be toxic, though. I learned you can have kind of spammy backlinks.
If you have like backlinks that like you want, do follow. Those are usually the best. So if you have the spammy ones, they do nothing for you. Basically, just wasting your time.
We had there's people that sell cleaning up backlinks. You can do some cleanup in your Google Search Console, but we had somebody. What did they do to us, Phelan?
We had a massive spike in the number of traffics to a page that was like livebot.xyz. So it was like a weird page that didn't exist on our website, but it was like thousands of hits at it. And then I just Googled, why am I getting traffic to this page? And it turns out it was a company that would like fake bot traffic to attack your site, and then be like, oh, you should totally buy our services to like help prevent that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So you can ignore spammy backlinks. You'll see their backlinks go up and down. We had a backlink that was a copy of another site. So this is my original 2017. Yes. Is the image stretched? Yes. Did I love this image? Yes. Was I focused more on social media? Looks to be so, right? And so this is the Wayback Time Machine. You can look at your competitors. If we took in the Michelle, or the, do we have the cucumber? What was it? Okay. Cucumber mark. Okay. Yes. Okay. So cucumber marketing. And let's go to their website. You could beat these guys easily, right? And where's my time machine? Way back. So why you want to do these things is you're basically looking at content and how well your competition.
Hi, I'm looking for Madge, please.
Oh, I'm gonna mute
Hey,
you.
Madge.
Okay, so look at this. See, these people have been around since 2009. Let's go see their 2008. Let's see if we can see their original website. So I'm thinking, okay, and now you're looking for the little like dot, and then you're going to click on the time that the snapshot was taken, and it should take you to the old version of their site. What does this tell you? You can see elements that they've kept over time, so that could be effectively working. Now, of course, there is some guesswork in there. Like you can see that, okay, there wasn't much there. Let's go to here. And so the Wayback Time Machine is super fun. Oh, look, this is their site, and this was September 2020. And so if we compared this, so is your company cool? I guess like a cucumber, is that the idea? So it looks okay. And then we can compare that to today and see, ooh, what have they changed? Have they kept the content? Do they feel their content's working? Things like that. The other one is the who is, which is super helpful. So you basically, why do you want to know who is? So this is going to be more for is unavailable. Yes. Let's see if it works. Phelan does this more than me, as you can tell. Phelan, why don't you do this and share what you do?
Sure. Because I was totally prepared for that.
Yeah, backlink checker is really good. Basically, I use, so when I look at a client's website, I use the tag assistant, and I actually use the dev tools. Those are the things I use. They're the things that I find the most effective, because you can find the H1 tags, H2 tags, and the meta descriptions. So if we went to the cucumber site, so I can also find the meta descriptions, right? This is what Google's index. So you have no control over the site links that Google's indexing. I know because when we were selling websites more, I indexed for websites, but didn't. When I stopped selling them, I was still indexing for it. So we had to make some changes. These clients gain clarity. So if these people sell SEO, I might be like, so you can see they've used their meta description, title, and URLs properly. Unless now Google has the right to change any of this information at any time. But we can see
back the page titles. I know the meta descriptions, I said we'll change them.
Titles.
Yeah, I thought they were experimenting, but then they got a lot of pushback from everyone.
Yeah. And what they said was, we're really sorry we didn't do it very well. We'll do it better. So they didn't say, well, stop doing it. So let's see if we got, so remember so let's get their website and copy it, go back. Let's do our search operators. This is going to give me all of Cucumber Marketing's, all the pages on their site. So it's saying 576 results. So I see their privacy policy, I see their careers, their services. Now say I wanted to be like, okay, site, and then file, type. So we'll get nothing. So I'm looking up SEO checklist and then file type,
Isn't it? Yeah.
no spaces. And so I get a ton of PDFs, so I can see what other people, now PDFs do open, right? So you want to just be aware. Google will tell you if something's not right. So the ultimate SEO check. So say I wanted to develop a checklist for my business. I'm going to go find other people's checklists because why reinvent the wheel? And this is their checklist. Is it that good? Okay, blah, blah, blah. So it might be something to utilize, improve on. Because, yeah. So I use that function a lot. There's the keyword function, which is really helpful. So say I want to rank for local SEO Vancouver. What is now we go? I have a search operator list for you all too. So if we go to site operators, which I think are the most fun. Site operators. So in URL, all right, let's try this one. Go over, copy. And so you can get carried away. We'll just go to a new page. So in URL, local SEO Vancouver. See what shows up. So it should, everything should have in my URL, local SEO Vancouver, local SEO Vancouver. Interesting. Okay, doesn't seem to be exact right now. So yeah, okay. And then title. And with this type of searching, you can do minus title, local SEO. Interesting. Local SEO Vancouver. So this is in their title. So this is maybe how I'd look for competitors for businesses I work with. Real estate agents area. We use, so site. So if you can't get access, right, to things like their, like you can't get access to inside their site, but you want to see like how many pages do they have? 135. And I got all my blog pages. You can see I've clicked on them before because they're hyperlinked blue. Photo archives. So you get a lot of information from the search engine results pages. But if you want to dig deeper and be like, okay, for this page, what are they doing? Do they have, if I go to my website and then I go to, oh, sorry, and I click Mongools and I go to like on page and I can see my page speed if I want, and it'll run the test. Now we can put any test. There's a lot of tools we do with audits. You can actually put other businesses like in Screaming Frog, which is a tool. You should all download the free version for next week if you don't have it already. I know we've mentioned a bunch of times. Okay, so my performance is 68. That's good. If I was focused on technical SEO, I'd be looking at this and saying, these, they need to reduce their server response time, which sounds really painful. But let's see, do they have structured data? And then we'd say failing, you're fired if they don't. So, and you might not understand all of these. The things you want to pay attention to are the headings. How long is their content, right? If they're ranking. So you want to do your keyword searches on Google, find the competition. If you look at your competitor spreadsheet, there's a lot of information on here that you can use. It says start here. This will tell you kind of put the business's name or your name, and then it goes second step. And so you're going to ask the business, who are your main competitors? Put 1, 2, or 3, right? Put their domain, their website, their domain score if you want, backlink score if you want. See if you can find their monthly traffic or the local directories. You would get that from the SERPs, any notes. And then you run a SERP check and you literally list out the results, like who's in the top positions for this keyword. And in Bing if you want, or other search engines. So you can list those out. You can keep going and you can be like, okay, I want to see all these things. Like how many words? Like I literally will go to a page and be like, okay, where's their domain score? How many keywords are they targeting? How many backlinks? Are they doing ads? And then the on-page assessment, which is where I'm going to spend most of my time on the on-page assessment and the, where is it? And the asset check. So I got Screaming Frog, you got your search operators in here if you want them to try things. I use file type mostly, and I'll use file type mostly, but there's some really cool ones like in URL, and like you'll end up using more of the quotations and things like that when you get into Google Ads. And that's where you kind of, your skill set will take off with your searching, because you can use exact match and phrase match. With exact matches the square brackets, phrase matches the quotations. And basically what all you're doing is, say for your competitors, you're searching on Google, you're searching their site, you're seeing like, are they doing the right things? Do they have, so if I look local SEO, okay, let's do local SEO services. Let's see. So I'll get rid of the ads so I know people are bidding on these, so I know it's competitive. But let's see these businesses. Okay, Marwick, these guys, big in Vancouver. Okay, I'm gonna surpass. Oh, yay me! I'm gonna surpass this. Okay, so best local SEO. My keyword is local SEO services, right? Best local SEO services. So they have it in their title and their meta description. It is not at the front of their meta description. So I'm like, meh, looks like they're doing SEO. We have more than 25 years experience in dot. So they're using that in what? I need to know more. So this is the new way to do. So this is called truncating, right? So usually when it's truncated, cut off, it means that you have put too many words in your meta description, but people are doing this on purpose now. So they're probably doing a bit of local SEO. If we look down here, award-winning local SEO service. So the things that Google Ads will help you with also with doing this type of stuff is to think about emotion, because this is all the same. Local SEO services, award-winning local SEO services, and local SEO search, close to services, SEO services, local SEO. So it's got SEO twice. Is that keyword? 3 times. That's bad. They got it in the URL search. That's their homepage. They're like fully trained. Best local SEO services and plans with the business name. That's normal. Starts with, so everybody here is aiming to help search engines. They're not necessarily writing for the people, because do people want local SEO services twice? Maybe not. However, so these guys, they know front end, right? Front end. So let's look at another business. Somebody give me an example.
Massage therapy.
Near me. Let's do that. Okay. Okay, maybe not the near me, because that's really hard to rank for. So we know it's a short tail keyword. It's a very popular search. I'm going to do this incognito actually. So we know it's just a cleaner search. A little bit of a cleaner search. Okay, so definitely it's location specific, right? Because Google's saying, oh my God, this is I'm not using a geo-targeted keyword. So Vancouver, but it's giving me, it looks like Vancouver results. So it's taking my area and seeing, what do I want? So it still knows who I am. So if we go down here, see this? Now this to me, be like, this is a Mayo Clinic. Is this what they wrote? So I could take this, copy, and then let's go to their site.
Oh, one other thing, just so all you guys are aware, Mayo Clinic gets paid by Google to write those blog posts. So they make $6 million a year from Google to write this.
And so that was the meta description. So Command F and meta. And is it the same? Application name. Where's my description? Okay. Massage therapy can help stress, pain, and tense muscles. And what was the one I actually got? So command find. Okay, get out of here. And I'm like, is it mentioned on the page? Command find. Ah. So what Google has done is they have put this meta description in, and they have taken it from the first line of text. So this is very normal, right? So they thought that my query, their interpretation of what I wanted was better than their own meta description and title. Why? Because it said in massage therapy, where when I looked at the meta here, it didn't say in massage therapy. Inspect, we went. And you might say, why is she not writing just description? And because it never works, because you have to write meta name equals, it's got to be exact, right? So massage, no, Google's just choosing because it's the first word. Is this a better result? So Google can change it at any time. SEOs were up in arms, right? So what about this? WebMD, massage therapy. Okay, it looks like somebody's managed their titles because they've capitalized each letter. So only an SEO or Google Ads person would probably do that. So rhythmic tapping, it looks like it's been truncated. It was done in 2020. So they might want to update that, but they're showing up really high. So then we got Healthline. So massage therapy, when I search for massage therapy, gotta ask what am I as a searcher looking for? What did the therapist do? What's the best benefits? 7 categories. Interesting. What types? Looks like somebody wanting to learn about massage therapy. They're not necessarily looking for a service, but Google's saying, hey, are you actually looking for a service? Because we got some, right? Massage therapist is in the, so what is this? This is a review. Excellent reviews. Google's showing the reviews. So massage therapist is the main category. So you definitely want massage therapy school is your categories. Now, if we go, let's just go back to it. Am I out of time because I'm having so much fun? Damn it.
Yes.
Damn, so sorry. Okay.
One other note that's going to be a really powerful tool. We're going to go over it in the audit that you can also use on your competition. But yeah, there's a couple of those. So yeah.
This is never ending. So I am so sorry I made you stay late. I was excited. Your competition it's a thing. So you'll have those spreadsheets up in the Google Drive. This is an ongoing thing, so you're probably going to have lots of questions. We're going to compare lots of sites over time. And
especially when we do the audits.
Yeah, especially. So the audits are going to do a lot. So next week, remember, we're changing what we're doing, where we're diving in. We're literally going to be doing client audits. Our clients sign a waiver when they start working with us that we can use them for teaching. So we're going to do a real audit. So bring your website, bring a competitor or two that you can test. So you're going to need to get Screaming Frog for next week. Download Screaming Frog. It is a free tool. It's a desktop application. Phelan, do you want to share the link?
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
And we'll share the link in the Facebook group. And we'll add you, Kaya, to the Facebook group. And if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. We're going to have so much fun in the next forever. We'll see you all next week on Tuesday for the Q&A at noon. Okay.
Thank you.